Hello everyone and welcome back to Superboy Beyond, and today we are venturing back to the Legion of Superheroes. Venturing back, or should I say venturing forwards to the Legion of Superheroes.
Back and forward.
Back to the future!
We're still in the section of this show where the episode order is completely different on IMDb compared to the DVD. So yeah, we almost watched Fear Factory a few weeks ago. Obviously, we ended up watching Phantoms instead because the episodes were mislabeled. But yeah, we're going to get into this today. It looks like a fun episode. I've seen the first 2 minutes because it took that long for us to realize we were watching the wrong episode when we recorded it before. So I know that there's the familiar horror trope of a cat appearing out of nowhere and hissing at them in the dark. But that's all I know about this episode. So get your DVD or Blu-ray ready. I think this show's been released on Blu-ray, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it has.
Yeah. Fantastic. If this is your first time watching one of our commentaries, not like a typical YouTube reaction video, it's the full uncut commentary. You'll have to sync it up with us. We'll count you in with a 3, 2, 1 play. As long as we both hit play at the same time, we should be fine. Yep. So get your DVD ready. This is season 1, episode 5 or 4. We don't actually know.
On the Blu-ray, it's episode 4.
Okay, but IMDb it's episode 5.
Yep.
So yeah, get your copy ready in 3, 2, 1, play. And there's Bugs Bunny.
Yep.
As always.
So part of this episode, it's a lot of Bouncing Boy talking about, classic horror tropes. Obviously this opening montage is a
Aliens type thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a reference to Alien, and when you see the monster, yeah, it's the xenomorph.
Okay. Oh yeah, it's even got the miniature mouth coming out of its. Yeah, all they've done is add some tentacles to its back. But
yep.
Hey, I can't really complain. The show Red Dwarf did the same thing, I'm pretty sure. And I think Doctor Who did as well for one episode.
Yep.
They basically just reused designs, but put their own spin on it.
And there is a reference to classic British sci-fi / horror in this.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. We haven't gotten... Well, it's the name of the space station that they come across.
Okay. Oh, I'll hopefully I'll recognize it when it comes along. I do like the design of the inside of their ship.
Yep.
I don't remember if we've seen it before or not, but it's a really cool design.
Yeah, the Legion cruiser that they have here, it's basically an update of the classic, 1970s design, which all the 1970s design was the Starship Enterprise.
Yeah, I was going to say it looks slightly Trek inspired, but obviously darker and moodier, more alien feeling. Even just the color scheme used on all the computer screens and stuff, there's similar colors to the LCARS system from TNG and that.
Yep. And I love how Bouncing Boy is using, classic horror tropes to say, don't do this, which is going to come back to bite him in the butt later.
Yeah, it's just that choice of words. It's when they say "I'll be right back" in a movie, isn't it? That's that one example from Scream.
Yep. And it has a very gothic feel to it. Now there's going to be a butler character that you're going to meet in a few seconds.
I see him.
Listen to his voice.
He looks a bit like Gomez Adams.
Mm-hmm. listen to his voice. It's going to be a very familiar voice for you.
Well, I'm sure I'll hear it again after the titles.
Yep.
I missed it the first time. One thing I will say for this show, they do choreograph the action very well. Like, even just for the title sequence, there's some really cool shots. I'm sure they appear in episodes later, but still. And I do like the theme tune.
Mm.
It's good that even though this is very much a Superman show, the theme tune isn't a Superman theme. Like, it's very clearly a Legion theme. I like that. My dinner with Android. Now, that is a joke that the kids aren't going to get. I'll tell you that.
Now, did you recognize the voice of the butler?
No, not yet. Hopefully, I'll hear it soon.
I'll give you a hint.
Wait.
I'll give you a hint.
I recognize it, but I don't know where from.
It's just one word. I'm going to give you the hint. Go!
It's Dan Castellaneta?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I would not have guessed that because, let's face it, his voices are so different all the time.
Okay, look, this moment right here is a reference to the old Munsters TV series with the passageway down through the stairs.
I don't recognize the voice of the villain. This guy.
Yeah.
Very strange design.
It's very vampire-esque.
Yeah. It's like an alien vampire. Not bad. I know this is a kid's show, but I think they could have gone slightly scarier with his design. But for all I know, maybe he looks scarier by the end. Like, maybe he just looks okay now because he's not trying to intimidate them or something.
I think that's part of it, but he is very unsettling in the way they've designed him.
Yeah, I mean, he looks slightly creepy, but I wouldn't say he looks scary just yet. Maybe by the end he'll look slightly more sinister when he's not being friendly. See, I vaguely recognize his voice as well, but I couldn't tell you where from. Might have to Google it.
So did you hear him when he said the name of the outpost?
I missed it. Sorry. What was it?
It's Quavermass.
Oh, like Quaker Mass.
Yeah, like Quatermass in the pit.
Yeah. I've never seen it, but I've heard of it.
I've never seen it either, but I know enough from watching.
Yeah, it was invented, I think, around the same time that Doctor Who was. So it's one of those things that you often hear that show referenced. Well, that's not unsettling.
Yeah. The only thing about this scene that I don't get is they're in the 31st century. How would Bouncing Boy know what a phone is?
I mean, they must still have phones. Just very, very smart phones, I would imagine. So yeah, the villain's name in this, his name is just Host, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I recognize the guy. I recognize his face, but I couldn't tell you where from.
And he's walking through a montage of different classic horror movies that he has seen.
Hmm.
And the titles of them are all, like something out of the 1950s.
I love that he knows what he did wrong as well. Oh no,
Yeah.
I just went back for the cat.
Now the whole team is looking for Bouncing Boy.
I know where I recognize the actor who does the voice of Host from. He was
Oh,
in a couple of episodes of Star Trek Voyager. He was the guy who was Barclay's superior in the Pathfinder episode.
oh, okay.
Yeah. That's why I recognized his face for sure. Because that's a great episode of Voyager.
Yeah, it has very little to do with the actual crew that we can't stand.
I like the crew of Voyager for the most part, to be honest. Especially the Doctor. He's my favourite Trek Doctor in any of the series by far.
Him, I'll give you. But there's very few members of the cast that are actually.
I like Janeway. I
Mm,
like early Chakotay. They kind of wasted him towards the end, but anyway.
and then tried to force that relationship with Seven of Nine on us.
Yeah, right in the last episode. Just stupid.
And now we're in
Hmm.
Lightning Lad's childhood bedroom. There's going to be another horror reference coming up in a moment.
I do like how Lightning Lad's scar lights up when he goes to use his powers. That's a really cool visual use
Mm.
of his powers. With the green hair, that puppet looks vaguely Joker-like as well.
Mm. But listen to what he says his name is.
I didn't hear what the name was, I'll be honest.
Captain Howdy.
Captain Howdy.
That's a reference to another horror movie.
I don't know.
Let me see.
I'm not a big horror guy, to be honest. I miss most horror references.
It's a reference to the Exorcist.
I've never actually seen it, to be honest.
Yep.
I think I've seen The Exorcist 2 at some point, but I don't think I've seen the original, just because it was on TV once and there was nothing else on. So I just watched that. I love though that she's literally a superhero who like flies around on the regular, but she's scared of a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Like she flies in an actual spaceship.
Well, you know what they say. Fear is the most.
It is illogical to a certain
Yeah.
extent, that's for sure. Well, that was odd. The music is great in this show.
Mm.
Those paintings are kind of hilarious, though. I'm not going to lie. Very funny.
And now we're starting to see what this is all about. It's about fear.
Mm.
This whole station is using their fears against them. And we kind of got an idea of what Clark's fear is that he can't save everybody.
Yeah.
And the paintings, quote unquote, are not paintings. They're the actual Legionnaires stuck inside.
Yeah.
And Lightning Lad and Saturn Girl are essentially the equivalent of the old Scream painting.
Yeah, there's an episode of Red Dwarf that I remember vaguely similar to this. I think it was just called Polymorph, but I can't find. I thought it had a different name, but I guess it's called Polymorph. But yeah, it's like a shape-shifting creature that preys on people's fears. Like, very similar idea. Good episode. That's what it's reminding me of at the moment.
And Dan Castellaneta shows up as one of the Kaluans here.
It is fun just seeing slightly different designs for versions of Brainiac as well. Because let's face it, we usually just see Brainiac 5. We never usually see any other variations, or at least not so far.
Oh, we'll get another variation.
Yeah, you told me that there's a Brainiac relative or something that comes into it at some point. I'll look forward to getting there.
Yeah, they resurrected Brainiac 1.
Huh. Well, I'll look forward to that for sure. Always love a Brainiac story. Yeah, and somehow I think that was even just another test, you know. Superman's fear that he can't save his friend was probably the test all along. Plus, there's just no way in hell they're going to kill off Brainiac 5 this early on.
Now,
Ma looks a lot like the animated series version. Just younger, obviously. It's interesting. Like, even the sound design in this show is pretty decent. Just the sound of that machine shutting down, like, it's a pretty good sound effect.
and these computer chips that are in there, they remind me a lot of those biomimetic gel packs that were in Voyager season 1.
Yeah. I was going to say, it reminds me slightly of like Farscape or something when you have like a living starship. Like it looks vaguely biological. Or even in Guardians of the Galaxy 3 when there's that giant space station built out of flesh. Like literally a grown space station. Like grossest thing I think. It's got to be the grossest thing in any of the MCU movies for sure. But what a fun idea. Now, if they really want to use a horror trope, they need to have the villain wake up at the last second before the credits. Just to be like, yeah, I'm coming back. Like they do in every like Friday the 13th or Halloween. Like Michael Myers or Jason always gets away right at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I don't know. I don't think you could pay me to watch reality TV. Anyway, that was Fear Factory, the Legion of Superheroes. I won't say which episode number it is because I don't know which one it actually is the correct one. But either way, I'll just number it whichever one I didn't name Phantoms. So yeah. So yeah, that was a really fun episode. I wouldn't say it's my favorite episode, but it's fun. You know, I mean, as I say, I'm not a huge horror guy, so like some of the references and little moments were just it didn't really do anything for me. But overall, I thought it was a really fun, solid episode.
Yeah.
I'd maybe only give this a 7.5. I don't know if I would go as high as an 8 with this, to be honest.
Yeah, I would not go any higher than a 7.5.
I think it could have. I don't know. Maybe if they changed like the character design for the host, maybe it would have been slightly scarier. But at the end of the day, this is a kids' show. You can only go so far. But I don't know. You know, you have Batman the animated series. Like Halloween last year, we watched the first Scarecrow episode, and even that is scarier than this. Maybe they got in trouble for it or something, and like they never quite went that far again. But no, I thought this was a solid enough episode.
Yep.
So yeah, what did you think of this episode? Did you enjoy it more than us, or less than us, or about the same? Let us know. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.